Oh no, his sensation back at his dining room table. Is bad things happening here? I don't know. I'm trying to get, you don't even want to know what I'm doing, but some of you do, because we're going to make this a fun video. It's not gaming PCs, it's not find it, fix it, or flip it's today. My mind works different sometimes, and I have old stuff just laying around, right? And I'm doing the big cleanup so I can work on the studio. All right, that's the full truth behind it. And I run across this old Mac right here. This is my 2009 Mac, early 2009 Mac Mini. And I'll show you the specs on it in a minute because I'm getting frustrated here. I tried to get OBS to work so I could record a little bit on it, and it's frustrating to say the least. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this little Mac Mini today because I thought about it, and we talk about the older hardware not working on Windows 11, right? So I mean, everybody's been down that road, and we beat down that road enough. Okay, that's like beating a dead horse at this point. So we're going to move on to a different topic today. What about unsupported Macs? Okay, my poor Mac Mini, I don't believe it will support the early 2009. I don't think it went past El Capitan, if I'm not mistaken. So it has been unsupported and outdated for quite a while now. And it shows every time I go to do something on this, because for the past day, I've been sitting here just trying to do normal things. My brain was working, can I put Tahoe on it? Could I put Sequoia on it? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, would the hardware even really be good at that? So it got my brain to thinking a little bit. And I'm like, why does it have to be a Mac anymore? Because it's all old Intel hardware, right? So why does it have to be a Mac? And let me get you guys down here. All right, there's a better picture of it right there. So you're looking at OS X Yosemite on an early 2009 Mac Mini. It's got a big old 2 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo processor. I did upgrade it to 8 gigs of RAM. It has NVIDIA GeForce 9400, 256 megabytes of onboard graphics. So there's your setup system report. It's going to show we got a Mac Mini 3.1 with a Core 2 Duo rocking 2 gigahertz. So you think about it, and yes, it's definitely an old unit, right? Well, you're zoomed in, so I'm going to zoom myself out. So I thought about it, right? And I'm like, let's find an OS that it's happy with. Can we find one that makes it happy? And yes, I think we can. We need a lightweight. So if you've got older Windows hardware, you know as well as I do that we need lightweight operating systems for that. And sometimes we'll look at lightweight Linux options, right? So Linux Mint, any of the XFCE desktop environments seem to be lighter weight. I'm going to go down a different road because I want to try a different Linux, one that I haven't tried before. And I've been seeing some hype on it. You guys are not fully extended. You're a little lopsided there. There we go. So I'm going to try maybe CachyOS. I'll tell you what, I'm unimpressed with you guys because you've been watching this video and we forgot the most important part of this thing. So we got to shut it down because this hard drive isn't going to magically put itself in there. We're going to have to tear the little mini down to put the hard drive in it. I don't remember exactly how they come apart, but I think I use a credit card to pop the plastic loose on it, maybe. I don't know. But that's what we're going to find out together here today. So I have my Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse that I got with Find It, Fix It, or Flip It #3. You might see that video after this, so I'll go ahead and give that part away. I went and got this keyboard, which is a Mac keyboard missing a couple of keys here. But it does have the important option key right there. That's the one we're going to need to get the bootloader. But first, I want to go ahead and get our Mini, which you see right there, tore down. So we're going to learn how to do it together because it's been so many years since I upgraded the memory. All right, I got you in a little better position there. You're looking straight down at it. This is our little Mac Mini right here. We'll get our Ventoy out of the way. We don't need none of that stuff because we want to upgrade the hard drive in it. So our 2009 Mac Mini, a guy can't remember how this comes apart, but I believe this cover pops off. That's what I'm thinking happens. Oh, we got something happening there. We follow that around. I don't think they're all this easy though. and no, I didn't pre-do this so I could impress you guys with my skills on tearing this Mini apart. I have had it apart before, so I kind of know how it works, right? I'm not a complete idiot like some people that watch my videos think I am. We have sensors, that's the cover right there. We have sensors for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all kinds of stuff. They're just kind of hanging out here, right? I don't know, maybe it goes into something. Maybe I tore it up at one time. Their springs just, I think this guy is supposed to go in here. I think that's how that goes. And I think this one is all jacked up and the spring is supposed to go in, which is right here and right here. And I think that's how those sit in there, if I'm not mistaken. But for some reason they were tore out. Looks like I harshly might have put it back together the last time. I don't remember how it comes apart, so we're gonna guess and pretend, I guess. Let's take this off this. Let's take the springs off here. And let's take a gander down in these holes here. Is there screws or something down there? Do we need a little screwdriver? Well, we got screws on the side of this thing, so there's, I'll tell you what, some of these screws are just self-ejecting. There's a tiny screw in my hand, if you can see that. So we'll have to figure out where that might have went. I don't know. But I see screws that hold this DVD drive in, right? Wait a minute. This whole thing is coming up. And there's a wire broke on this guy, so I'm not sure what the hell is happening here. Looks like there's a screw over here. I think there's screws that hold this down initially. And I believe that we lucked out and already had one missing, if you call that lucking out. And there's a wire broke on this other side, and we're going to need to see where it attaches to. And I'm going to try to get the screws out of this thing where this thing will pull off here. I think we needed to pull off, I don't know. There we go. We may have just broke it, but there's the Alright, that was one hell of a surgery, as you've seen. But we seemingly got it back together, right? I mean, it's a chunk, so... Is it junk now? I don't know if I junked it or not. If I did, are we out anything? No, I've had it for 15 years. I've had it for many years. I don't know how many, if it's been 15 or what, but... I can't even remember where I picked the darn thing up at. Somewhere probably cheap or free. If I have a Mac, that's typically how it was bestowed upon me, right? So we're going to get the little Mac keyboard out this time. We can just hook it up right here. We don't have to move it back over in the back where we got. I just put it over there so we'd have more room. I can get the little Mac Mini keyboard plugged in here, and I think that keyboard actually come with this thing, if I'm not mistaken. So next we'll get Ventoy plugged in. Because when we power this thing back up, we're going to want to pound the option key on it. Because we want to get to our bootloader, and then we'll see if our Wi-Fi and stuff works on it. I don't know if it will. It worked in Mac, but I don't know if it'll work on this. And I think those wires were for the Wi-Fi antenna. In case any of you were wondering, but we kind of like to have a mouse too, so let's go ahead and shove this guy back in, which is the USB receiver for our said mouse. And then once we get it in there, maybe we'll have a mouse and we'll get our graphics plugged in there. And okay, you can see we got two different options. The one on the left here is EFI boot. That's the operating system that's already on the hard drive. We want the EFI boot that looks like a UEF or a USB symbol on the right here. So let's go ahead and check that. And look at that, it pulled up our Ventoy. So I've got different options, but today, let's see if we can find Cachy. I believe Cachy's at the top of our list here. So that up button is the one that's missing on here. Let's try to get up there and let's see if it'll load into it. Let's boot it in normal mode. Not a secure platform 14. We don't really give a crap about that, right? So this is CachyOS Linux OS right here. Let's continue. What happens when I click launch the installer? So launch installer has been clicked on our CachyOS. On our early 2009 Mac Mini, not a Pro or anything like that. It's not even the most powerful Mac Mini from 2009, believe it or not. I think they made a 2.53 gigahertz version of this model, and we're stuck with the measly 2 gigahertz version. But, okay, choose boot loader edition. We want to use Grub, system boot default, refined. I don't know. I mean, I've never had these options. Have you guys? Grub's highlighted, so let's go with Grub, right? Grub is what we booted into it with, the installer. So what's it going to do next? It's not working fast, but you know, honestly, on my poor little Core 2 Duo, I don't know of too much that would run fast on it anymore. So we already have American English. Welcome to the CachyOS installer. Waiting for 16 modules, okay. One module. Now it says welcome to the installer. The program will ask some questions and set up CachyOS on your computer. Well, we kind of like the sound of that, right? So we're American English. We can take that. We'll go next. Yeah, you've got my time zone right. I am in the Eastern time zone, so let's go ahead and accept that and go next. Default keyboard. I have a couple of keyboards hooked up because I'm using my my Wi-Fi mouse. I've got the keyboard on Wi-Fi sitting here too, and it is absolutely hooked up. And we honestly don't need the Mac keyboard no more, so let's go ahead and unplug it and slide it out of the way, because I don't know how well even Cachy speaks Mac, right? All right, so we're on US English. We're going to keep that. We're going to slide our keyboard back here. So do we want to install alongside replace partition, erase disk? This will delete all data that's currently on the storage disk. Manual partitioning. Let's erase the disk because I don't even know what I got on here, right? So let's erase it and we'll click next right here. Desktop environment. The Plasma looks pretty cool. That's what we're on now, but we can go GNOME. I'm going to go with XFCE because I know that it's a very lightweight desktop environment, right? And we don't want anything that's going to be overpowering on this, but I'll be honest with you, I like the look of Plasma, and I can deal with a little sluggishness, okay? Okay, so we got the CachyOS, the Cachy Shell, the base Devil common packages, and KDE Plasma. We go down and we have CPU-specific microcode update packages, Firefox language and package. And you can select what you want installed. So if you want other desktops installed, like the Mate or LXDE, LXQT, I mean, you have all kinds of different options here. GNOME desktop. We can install the XFCE, but I don't want to do this to our poor Core 2 Duo, right? So we need a name here. Mac. I mean, Mac is my name, right? Password, I go simple on this. I don't know about you guys. Let's see if it'll work. It's not going to let me. So we're just going to have to make it go. Okay. It's pretty simple to guess what my password would be. So here we go. It's got all of our settings put in here. It's actually using GPT partition. That if you use Mac, you know what GPT is. And I think Windows uses it for the most part now too. Mac might have been one of the first ones to use it, but you can correct me on that. It's about to make changes on the disk, and that's what we want it to do, right? All right, you're looking at the fully installed version of CachyOS on our early 2009 Mac Mini. I got the Wi-Fi working. So we were able to take the Ethernet off of it. Sadly, I wanted to finish the video on OBS, but I'm going to show you what happens. We can open OBS up here. Let's run it in safe mode just to see what it does here. Alright, so I go to safe mode. I select my Samsung monitor here, and it's going to lock up. And as soon as you select the screen share to the monitor, so you can record, and I was going to run around and show you the operating system real good, right? And you can see nothing is happening. It's locked up. So unfortunately, our Core 2 Duo will not run OBS Studio, and couple that with our graphics card, or our graphics on here, which is a GS9400 NVIDIA. It's just not going to work, not even in safe mode. So that was kind of that's kind of like Mac right there. When you move the mouse real fast, the cursor gets big. So that's pretty interesting it does that. Because it's very similar to Mac OS. If you do that in Mac OS, it'll do the same thing. We're going to terminate OBS Studio because that didn't work out. So we're going to do a quick rundown for you. So here's your toolbar. I mean, you're used to that, right? You're used to the toolbar and what it looks like here. I'm going to go to the package manager because I like... Where's it at? Is it under system maybe? It's called the package installer. So we're going to go right there real quick, and we're going to open it up, and we're going to type in Google Chrome. I'm just going to show you how to install on this. So if we go to browsers right here, which is the second option under audio, we can look through here, and we're going to see if we can find Chrome somewhere, right? I don't see it, so let's just go search for Chrome. Well, that's interesting. I don't see Chrome in here. I'm sure you can put it on here. There's Chromium. Same thing. Not the same thing, but... So we got Chromium right here. We're just going to go with it since it's in there. We got a password for it, so we'll do that real quick. And yes, to proceed with the installer. Their GUI for their package installer is not what you'll see on like Zorn or Linux Mint or anything like that. It's a little more drop down and basic because it's running it right out of the terminal, as you can see. But you're not having to code all this stuff in, it's doing it for you. So it finished setup, which is cool. So does that mean we have... Yeah, we have Chromium now. So there is our package manager. It's called the CachyOS Package Manager. So if you need something in here, I'm surprised it just didn't have Chrome because they have Chrome for Linux, right? Maybe if I seen Discord in there. Yeah, we're not going to put a ton of stuff on this. So like, I'm not going to add Discord and all that stuff. What do we got for video players though? Kden Live, OBS Studio, OpenShot, Shotcut, VLC's right there. We may add that. We'll see what the built-in one is for Cachy here, but I'm going to open Chromium up real quick. I want to see how some of this stuff, how responsive it is and how it works, if it's sluggish or what the deal is. This is our first time opening this, so I'm not going to If it's a little sluggish the first opening, I'm not going to really complain about it. But let's just see if we can search something here. Nothing's working. So I don't know if it's locked up or what here. We're going to let it open the first time though, and if it wants to be slow, it can. I'm not going to complain about that. Is it the best option for our Core 2 Duo early 2009 Mac Mini? I'm not going to say it is, and this is why. This is the second thing that I've went after that it just, the Chrome don't want to work on it. You see what I mean? So these are updated internet browsers, and they're just probably too heavy for the old hardware, would be my guess. And because it's an internet browser, you're going to run into that on anything. It's not just going to be on this that you're going to run into it on. If you try any lightweight operating system, it's going to be the same problem, right? So I don't know why it took my Firefox out. At least the Firefox was working. We can't get this to work at all. I'm going to close this out. I'm not going to mess with it right now. We'll just, I don't know if we want to unpin it. I would like to find my Firefox if I can, right? There it is. I kind of like to have it just pinned to the menu down there, if you know what I mean. So you can see that our Firefox does work, and maybe that's just a thing with the Chromium, but what I wanted to do is head to somewhere like YouTube and just pull a random video up, right? Just pull something random up. Pull something like that crazy Sensation guy. Anything like that. Let's just see how a video runs on it. I could get the video run on the old Yosemite stuff, so it would play a video before. Let's just see if it can again. Oh, there's our find it, fix it, or flip it. So
my energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a power saver device that could cut my...
Sensation.
There we go. Sensation back at you again. I ain't saying it's playing it super smooth, but it is working, right?
Getting backed out of the driveway now.
That video did pretty good,
I'll
actually.
show you how far we're running today. Oof. Backed into the damn burp.
All right, so let's shut that down. We know that the video player is going to work on the thing, right? Or at least it's going to play video on YouTube. I could sign into it and check the YouTube music and stuff, but maybe that's what will make it, just a little music box or something. I don't know why that stuff blacked out. Maybe from activity. So here's everything. Here's your start menu right here. But this is pretty cool. If you look down here, there's your system settings. If we press that, it's going to open it up. Let's just go... I don't like how that was darkening up, so there we go. We'll brighten it all up so you can see it better. Wow, that brightened the whole thing up. So here's your quick settings. You can have breeze, which is what they call this. You can go to breeze dark. If we hit apply, then you're going to see everything darken back up again like that. Automatic will just do it for you. So it'll go from dark to light for you. You don't have to change it. And of course you can select the animation speed, anything like that. So pretty cool rundown right here. This is going to be your quick settings, mouse and touchpad, keyboard, touchscreen, game controller, la-da-da-da-da. As you go down here, here's your Wi-Fi and Ethernet. We are on the Eero router. I didn't have to do anything. I just installed it and the Wi-Fi started working. So I didn't have to add any drivers or anything for that. So we got lucky. I was able to take the Cat 6 cable out. You can just go through here and it's going to give you different quick settings and stuff. We're not going to mess with any of that right now. Let's go about this system so you can see. Hardware, we're running Intel Core 2 Duo CPU, which is actually a P7350 at 2 gigahertz. We got 8 gigs of RAM, 7.5 usable. Graphics processors, NVAC. Apple Inc. is the manufacturer. It's a Mac Mini 3.1. System version is a 1.0. So we are running CachyOS Linux. The KDE Plasma version 6.5.3, the Frameworks version 6.20.0, the Qt version 6.10.1, and the kernel is 6.17 0.8-1 CachyOS 64-bit, and the graphics platform is Wayland. So that gives you what we're running and on what we're running it on. So the little Mac Mini 3.1. We're going. Ooh. We had a little avalanche behind us, but nobody died in that avalanche, so that's good. Wonder what this is. I don't know. I just click random stuff here. We got our Bluetooth working here. Huh. That's the plasma integration is what that is. So that's pretty cool. It popped it up in a window. The Firefox is pretty responsive on it. We'll see if we can get the Google Chrome, the Chromium to play right with it, because that's my preferred browser. But this is how all your networks and stuff work over here on the right. That is the screen brightness. That is our Bluetooth. And that's the speaker volume right there. So pretty cool interfaces when you pull these up. And then our application launcher over here changed a little bit when we went to the Breeze look, but it looks really good, honestly. So what do we got here? We've just got Firefox and Chromium. Maybe we can find something better that'll play nicer on our old Mac Mini here. So we'll work on that. That's just a quick rundown of CachyOS. I'm going to go to the file folder, which is right here, so you can take a look at it real quick. There's a quick launcher on the desktop on the task manager, and it's a Dolphin file manager, and it looks really good. So here's your desktop. You can see we don't have anything on that. Documents, downloads, music, pictures. So just like any other operating system, Windows, Mac, or anything like that. What is that? Peek at desktop. Temporarily shows the desktop by moving windows easily. Stop peeking at desktop. Okay. I don't know what we're doing here. Just messing with stuff. This is how you break it. You click buttons, right? That's going to do it for the video, though. It's going to get too long if we keep going on it. But that's CachyOS, a modern OS, on our Mac Mini 3.1, our early 2009 Mac Mini right there. So we made it work. I'm going to mess around with Chromium, though. I'm not going to give up with it on it, so I'm just going to continue to mess around. And I'm going to try to get it to see if it'll work or not. We may be missing repositories or something didn't install right, so maybe I'll try deleting it. But I will play around with this on our Mac Mini, and then we might do a CachyOS update down the road, or maybe we'll see if I got something else on it then or not. We're just going to find something more current to use, more current browsers and stuff was my thought behind it. So that's what we're going to search for, and we'll keep going. If Cachy don't do it, then we'll move on and try lightweight Linux Mint or something like that. All right, that's going to do it for our video today on the little 2009 Mac Mini. I know I haven't introduced that on the channel yet. Heck, I mean, most of the time I forget that I even own it, that I even have it, right? So when you start cleaning stuff up and going through stuff, you'll find stuff like this. And I mean, it was pretty nostalgic to run into it again and fire it up and hear the Mac chime and it actually come on and work with Yosemite. I've messed with this with multiple operating systems before. And when I say multiple, I've never put Linux on it or Windows or anything like that. But obviously different Mac operating systems. I think when I bought this, it had Lion on it, maybe Mountain Lion. And I've just upgraded it since then, right? And I took it up to, I think I patched it to run Sierra, but it wouldn't do high Sierra because it didn't have a metal capable GPU. And if you know Mac, then you know what I'm talking about. So that is my Mac Mini. And I think my quest for this is to find a current operating system, whether it be Cachy or one of the other Linux versions that play well with it. Or maybe we'll find Windows 10 IoT Enterprise is lightweight enough for it, and we can just run Windows 10 on it. But that's going to do it for the video. This was a fun sensation video because when I get going down memory lane with this little Mac, and I remember using it daily for a while. It was my favorite little desktop because, let's be honest, they're small, you know, kind of like the Intel Nukes, and they don't take up any space. And these little desktops can be useful for your daily activities. So if you need a good daily driver, not your gaming computer where you sit down and you got game controllers and everything else hooked up, and it may maybe not be the most comfortable desktop environment for you, right? But if you have something like a little Nuke or a Mac Mini or one of the, even the little pro workstations that are tiny, right? Then maybe these operating systems are something that'd be fun for you to play with and make you a secure daily driver. So whether you're going on watching videos, paying bills, or whatever it is that you might be doing with it, I think these are perfect for that, and I still think the Mac Mini may have use for that, and that's what I'm going to determine and see before I take this old Mac hardware and recycle it. That's going to do it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe to the SimStation channel if you like seeing content like this. And it was fun. We got to see the whole install of the CachyOS on the little Mac Mini early 2009. So we'll catch you on the next SimStation production. Thank you very much.